Standing on the edge of Lake Titicaca at an altitude of 3,860 meters above sea level is the city of Puno.
And this is the ubiquitous coca tea. Coca leaves, which they make cocaine from, steeping in our hot water. And we let it steep for a little bit, and they serve this to you at high altitude because it's very good for soroche, which is what the Peruvians call altitude sickness. And as you might be able to hear in my voice, I'm a little bit breathless. Not too much. But we are up very high. Stephen, do you know how many meters up we are?
I could tell you pretty quick.
Stephen's going to tell us in just a moment. But the coca tea is said to help very much with altitude sickness, and some of the symptoms are headache and feeling sick, and it can kill you actually. So you want to be really careful about it. And so this wonderful hotel that we've just arrived at just checked us in and brought our bags up for us because they probably knew we wouldn't be able to carry them up the stairs ourselves at this altitude. And they brought us some coca tea.
Puno has a large street market which stretches for blocks. Here locals buy produce, meat, and household items, some which have been smuggled over the border from cheaper Bolivia. Piled high among the other produce are potatoes, many different kinds of potatoes. Out of the world's registered 4,500 native and 500 improved varieties of potatoes, more than half are native to Peru, where the crop was domesticated more than 8,000 years ago.
I heard Mo say too. Hey, follow that one.
Berthed in Puno Bay is the Yavari. It arrived here in pieces. 2,766 pieces plus 2 crankshafts, having rounded Cape Horn by ship, arrived in Peru in 1862 and were immediately faced with the daunting task of being transported from sea level by mules to Lake Titicaca. After close to 100 years of service and with the help of a restoration team, generous donors, and visiting tourists, this historic ship has a future as well as a past.
guapo, senhor.
Estou com cinza potente.
Bravo! Yay! Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, man.
That's just the stuff you can't buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, we're in a cab, and there's a big fair going on around us. And I guess the usual route that the cab driver takes has been taken over by the fair and all these food vendors and things. So rather than taking a different route, we just drove through the fair and moved the fair out of the way. Literally. And that is so awesome.
The city of Puno was founded by the Spanish in 1688, and immediately the town began to change physically as the Spanish priests, in their eagerness to convert natives, built beautiful churches. The city of Puno is a popular tourist and travelers destination for a few reasons, the obvious being that it is located on the famed Lake Titicaca. Many of Puno's tourists take the opportunity to visit the man-made Uris floating islands. Another reason Puno sees a lot of travelers is because it offers a relatively easy border crossing into Bolivia, which is just on the other side of the lake.